Hello, it's very early on Sunday morning, just after 7 o'clock in fact. I'm off up to Brands Hatch where I'm going to meet some of my friends. Some of them are 7 owners, but today we're going to get to see some people with other really nice exotic sports cars also. We are then going to travel together over to Haywards Heath where we're going to meet a car group called Propulsion. Propulsion is run by an absolutely super guy called Bertrand, who you're going to get to meet later in the video. So let's head over to Brands Hatch, and then we'll pick up the other cars, and I'll get some video on the GoPro, and you can join me for part of the ride over to Haywards Heath. Here we are at the Cowdray Arms. We've just arrived. We've come across from Brands Hatch. Took around about an hour. There was 4 of us on the BAC, another Cadre, Scott and his Cadre, and Dougie and his AMG, and we were joined by a GT3 as well. The main group of cars haven't arrived yet, so we'll see them as they arrive. I can just hear an aerial atom arriving, and I've already spied a BAC Mono. And a guy's just turned up with a beautiful Austin Healey, so we're going to see some fantastic cars today. I've just met up with Ben, and there's a lot of aerial atoms here today, and we got chatting. Turns out Ben used to own a Cadre, one thing led to another, and here we are at his aerial atom. Now, this isn't the first one you had though?
No, I had a 220 naturally aspirated before I had this one, and then obviously a Cadre before that, but yeah, this is the supercharged version, so yeah, quite a bit different to the NA version.
Okay, so is this a 3.5?
No, this is a 2.
Oh
this
wow!
Is a 2. So yeah, no, it's not a 3 or 3.5. So yeah, this is the supercharged Civic Type R engine. As you can see, the bars are a bit thinner on the 2 than they are on the 3.5. The chassis rails and stuff. So that's how you can normally tell the difference. If yeah, they all look pretty much exactly the same, even down to the 4. But there's quite subtle differences.
Actually, the lights would have given it away.
The lights are the giveaway for the 2. Yeah, a lot of people remove those and put the ones
triples
on the front. Yeah, triples on the front. But yeah, this is still pretty much standard. It hasn't had too much done to it, apart from carbon wing and a few other sort of little bits like that. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as my previous 2, to be honest, just with a supercharger.
Fantastic. And did you say it's a Honda lump?
Yeah, Honda K20 Civic Type R lump. It's got the 6-speed gearbox, limited slip diff, Spilks exhaust. Yeah, so just those sort of nice sort of bits, the spar, steering wheel. Yeah, nothing too sort of drastic, but the sort of bits you want for sort of track days and stuff like that. So yeah, it's totally different beast to the naturally aspirated one. Actually, I'm quite surprised how different the supercharged is.
And it makes that noise as well.
It makes that whistling noise constantly in your ear, yeah, which is nice. But yeah, it's nice to have headphones on as well, just to burl it out a bit, because it can give you a headache after about an hour. But no, it's lovely to hear the supercharger. But yeah, when you start it up normally, it's quite quiet. It's not particularly loud, but on full chat, it then sort of picks up noise. So yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, as I say, I had Cadres before, but just something about an atom that I wanted. So I got a deposit on the 4, but I'm still waiting for that. So that's going to be a good few months still.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting on for nearly 2 years on the waiting list for that. So yeah, it's yeah, but this is more than enough car, to be honest. And yeah, this was sort of a stopgap till I got the 4, because I missed my other one so much. I fancied getting another one, so I got this the supercharged version. But yeah, they're quite hard to come by, really.
Here's an unusual car. You can see its trick as well here. You can lower the doors. Yeah, BMW Z1 doing his party piece. Some really unusual cars here. So just the other side of the Hyundai i10 is a Noble. Very rare Alpha SZ. That's fantastic. Cedric's got this rather fantastic MG Midget? MGB?
MG Midget.
MG Midget. So what year is it?
It's from 1972, August.
Oh, so you bought it from new, did you?
No, 1 year ago.
So you've had it 1 year.
She's slightly older than me, but I still love her anyway.
Fantastic. So you've had it 1 year.
Yeah.
Do you do these sort of events very often, or?
A little bit, yes. Some events where I can meet really nice people. I try to drive it because we all know that classic cars, they like to be driven.
Yes.
You don't want them to deteriorate. I like to drive her. She likes to also have some issues. So, you have to drive them to get to know them a little bit better,
right.
Which noise is doing what and why, and in order to fix them. And obviously, the advantage of a cabriolet is like as soon as the sun is showing up, then you can put the roof down and enjoy the beautiful England.
So you use all year round?
Yeah, I try to most of the time. If it's only a small rain, I try to go also.
Right.
If it's not too cold, like until from 0 degrees, alright, I can drive also. So
Really? Oh, fantastic.
it's a great little car, and the heating is working really well. And the roads here are really great. So as soon as you can go for a spin, then you try to motivate yourself.
Fantastic. And they actually go very well, don't they?
Yeah, when they are working, they go well.
What sort of problems have you had then?
The carbs,
Right.
the ignitions, the exhaust, which like to touch the ground when you go a bit too fast. So it's like a limiter on the car.
Right.
But, no, it's going pretty well. The advantage is like it's really narrow, so you can go really fast on the narrow roads because you're not afraid to cross over cars. So it gets them pretty fair. Being a midget, you can go really fast on the small roads. Exactly.
So is that original paint?
It has been resprayed, but it was the original color when it went out of the
Right.
factory. It's kind of like mustard, but it's really 70s, so
It's proper retro. It's really nice. It's a lovely looking car, sat
Thank you very
on
much.
mini light alloys there, aren't they?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Cedric, thank you very much. And
Thanks a lot.
just have to show you this car. I've got a soft spot in my heart for this one. My very first sports car was a Toyota MR2. Mine was a B plate, this is a C. This colour, almost identical. I loved it. Proper little go-kart on the road. So this is a Lotus Europa. Quite a rare car. Very nice car. I guess the Evora kind of took the place. This is, I'm going to say Bertrand. It should be
No, that's fine. That's
Bertrand.
Bertrand, but if you can be bothered, but
So Bertrand is from Paris.
yeah, actually I am. Yeah.
So he's come a long way today. He's come all the way from Paris to be with us, is that right?
Yes, well, I have been around here for a little while as well. Only 10 years, but yeah.
10 years. So now I've known Bertrand going back a couple of years. And kind of, I think in the first instance you come along to some of the Cadre events,
Yeah,
weren't there?
that's
And
right.
then
Yeah.
Bertrand's been kind enough to invite us to his new events. But most recently, this year, he set up Propulsion. And as you will have seen from the videos today, there are some, well, you must be delighted with the cars out
I
here.
am.
Bertrand.
Sorry, I can't hide it. It's gone ever so well. The mix of cars is really, well, it doesn't get wider than that. Yet they all fit together. All rear-wheel drive, all lightweight, all sort of track orientated. I'm chuffed.
So, and I'll put some pictures in. We've got pictures of all of this, you'd be glad to know. And when you say wide range, Bertrand, we've got a Messerschmitt three-wheeler.
So maybe that doesn't make sense at first until the chap sent me a picture of him on 2 wheels on a track, and I thought, well, if he's going to drive it like that, then he does do sport with it, so then he belongs here.
I did overhear he owns an Elise as well.
Yeah, but he thought that was boring. So
The photo wasn't on a track, it was on a public road.
Is it your
No
Messerschmitt?
way.
Yes.
Right, here is said owner of the Messerschmitt. Sorry, your name was?
Andrew.
This is Andrew. So you've got an Elise as well?
Yeah.
What Elise do you have?
S1.
Oh, beautiful.
Had it about 8 years. That's my usual car, daily car.
And they're looking better and better, aren't they, the S1?
Definitely. Nice and light.
They're really becoming a proper classic
Well,
sports
I think I
car,
bought mine
aren't
at the very bottom of the market.
they? Now, your Messerschmitt.
Yes.
It is an incredible thing.
More fun to drive than the Elise, I would say, because you can drive it flat out everywhere,
Yeah.
and nobody notices.
Fantastic.
Have a lot of fun at low speed.
The glass canopy, they don't all have the glass
No,
canopy, do
some
they?
have a cabriolet folding canvas roof,
Oh, right, okay. So
but they look right with the plastic top.
you must feel like a fighter pilot in that.
I am a fighter pilot.
I did have the privilege to sit in it before.
Yes,
It
you
was
did.
phenomenal. That was, what, a year ago?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it feels so special. I did not expect it to feel so, fighter-like. It's exactly that.
It's the centre drive position, you know. It's McLaren F1, you know. It's a single-seater racing car.
And the steering wheel, yeah, it's terrifying.
Third of a turn, lock to lock.
Is it
wow.
really?
Yeah.
That's so
And
good.
the most unusual feature is it's got 4 gears forwards and 4 gears backwards, because the engine rotates in the opposite direction for reverse, so you've got the same 4 gears going backwards.
So you stop the engine?
Yes, and then you restart it, you push the key in, and it engages the solenoid,
You can't make this up.
starts the engine in reverse.
You can't make
Being a 2-stroke, you can do
Oh
it.
my word. So what year is that from?
60.
That's
so it's 60 years
fantastic,
old.
isn't it? And how long have you had it
I
for?
bought it in February 1980 for 250 quid,
Oh wow.
which was quite a lot of money at the time for one of those.
Okay.
But
But it was
it's
quite
done
a
well
nice
for
one.
you though, because you don't get those for 250 quid anymore,
No, you
do you?
don't. I mean, I've restored it twice. I've
Have
spent
you?
some money on it, but it certainly has been good in terms of appreciation. But you know, that's not why I have it.
No,
That's just happened.
there must be a head turner.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're driving down a motorway at night, you're conscious of a lot of flashes all around you with people taking pictures with their mobile phones.
We were just saying, what a range of cars you've had here today. We've had the Messerschmitt.
As the
At one
smallest,
end.
yeah, precisely.
We did have, there was a big Yank tank here earlier on as well, wasn't there? Was it a Corvette?
Yeah, there's a couple of Corvettes,
Yeah.
not just any Corvettes as well. Well, we've got 2, with the particularly Le Mans signature one, the Z06 in yellow as well.
That's
the
the
Z06.
best Corvette.
Well,
The Z06.
I wouldn't say no to
Well,
that one over there, which is quite tasty as well.
And kind of at the other end of the scale, we had that BAC or BAC Mono.
BAC, I think it's called.
Yeah,
the
I'm
Mono.
never quite sure. And that had carbon everything, didn't it? That even had carbon wheels.
The gearbox sounded quite, dog box and all that. They're phenomenal.
Now, I don't know my Corvettes very well. Can you direct me on that, Bertrand? What have we got here?
I'm not the biggest expert either, but all I know is that it's one of the most emblematic one. It's the Corvette, the C6, but the Z06, which was in many respects quite similar to the one that ran at Le Mans. It's very endurance orientated. It is actually a supercar. It's got all the horsepower in the world. It looks like a normal Corvette, but it's an absolute beast. Absolute beast.
So, Propulsion. You've set Propulsion up.
Yeah.
You've ran car groups before, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been doing runs in the southeast of England for, well, we've done 30 of those already at this stage. It's quite a lot, actually, 30.
Right.
And we had a lot of demand, and because I wanted to keep it quite small so it's manageable on the road, I had to turn some people down, which is a bit heartbreaking. And then we had this whole palaver of lockdown, and I just wanted to celebrate, do something quite cool, and just bring a lot of cool cars together. Now define cool cars, it's an absolute nightmare, obviously. But I just thought, let's put a theme on it, and all the cars are just rear-wheel drive, as lightweight as possible, 2-seaters or 2+2s, basically.
So as the cars leave and everybody heads home to enjoy the rest of their Sundays, just a reflection on what a fantastic morning this has been. Thanks, Bertrand, for taking the time and effort to organise such a fantastic event. and it was lovely to see such lovely cars along with their owners. I really look forward to catching up with many of you throughout the year. Also, thank you to the Cowdray Arms and all of their staff. It really was a lovely venue, and we do look forward to returning here again in the future. If you're new to the channel, this is something I do frequently, so please do subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. That makes a great difference. But for now, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you soon.